Yes, you're listening to the smooth sounds of Runway DFW After Dark. I'm your host, Walt. We'll be here for the next, I hope, 3 hours or so, bringing you all the action at night from one of the world's busiest airports. So hang out with us for Runway DFW After Dark, if you will. And greetings to you wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It's Thursday, it's Thursday, May 23rd, 25th, 2023. I put it on the screen, I should read it. It's Thursday, May 25th, 2023, and we're live. And so we are on the air. We're going to bring you as much fun as we can. Cross your fingers that sprinklers don't get in our way this evening. And so, yeah. Well, that was our new scanner. We've got a new scanner tonight, bringing you the air traffic control. That didn't sound very good, did it? Well, we'll muddle through. Let's see what we got over there. We are at a right angle to us, a beautiful MD-11 of the UPS variety. We've got 2 more of those back there, and I expect at least one will go out tonight. Unfortunately, we missed a UPS 747, which went out as we were scrambling to set up, and I'll tell you about that as we go forward here. But, yeah, welcome on in. Glad you could hang out with us. This is one of those broadcasts that we decided to put up on fairly short notice. Jody Peak has signed up again, I guess, for Runway DFW. Thank you, Jody. Jody is one of our fine members of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. There she is. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Walt. Oh, hey, it's Greg says, hello, mods. How can you beat Kevin all day and then Walt at night? Seems like a pretty good day to me. So, yeah, we'll hope to bring you some good time stuff tonight. Josh Aldrich says, good evening, everybody. Let's see what else we got here. Epic Toast Man says, hello, y'all. I hear that ETM... That's not what I meant to do. That ETM got himself a tour of the Southwest Airlines facility in Dallas, and so I'm looking forward to what that brings. That's a takeoff there. Crazy World is our newest member. I'm still getting things kind of lined up here. Josh Aldrich. Did somebody gift some memberships? Did I miss that? I think I did. I'm looking for the... I'm looking for whoever gave those. Well, I'll figure it out. Bill Platt says, I don't get to catch these after dark streams live very often. This is nice, Bill Platt. Another one of our singular moderators here at Runway DFW. Well, not singular, because they're plural, actually. Raina Taylor, our equestrian Special Olympics champion, is saying good evening, everyone. She won a passel of medals last weekend. I think we mentioned that on our last program. Let's see if I got things all set up here. All right. The answer is no. What I'm accustomed to doing is pressing buttons to switch cameras, and that doesn't seem to be working tonight. Jody Peak with a 747 super chat. Hi Walt, these are our 1 month this is our 1 month anniversary of membership, so it seems like a new member. Oh, okay, I see that. Epic Toast Man with a $4.99 super chat says, I wish I could get a membership, but it's not available on mobile yet. I think of this as a membership. Well, I will think of that. Thank you, Epic Toast Man. That's very kind of you. And ETM, I think, was saying something earlier, and I may have lost it here. The super chats are coming in fast and furious. There's a new one from Quality Mobile Video, and that's really the only kind of mobile video you want. $5 super chat says, love the DFW streams. Runway DFW and AVL have created what all AV geeks love, planes. Honolulu, Honolulu, Honolulu. Well, I don't think I'll be going to Honolulu, but I think you may get a visit from Kevin, maybe Rudy too, huh? All right, let's see if I can get this tripod all straightened out here. Going to work. I've got to fix this. Well, so far I haven't had much success in bringing you actual planes yet tonight. Here's one. That was American Flight 1564 from San Antonio, Texas, a 737-800. Let me see if I can figure out our audio here. And there's me at work. Mrs. Runway DFW asks, hey, Mr. Walt, where's the merchandise link? Just asking. Well, it's in the description of this broadcast. Lovely wife. She asked for a t-shirt, and I haven't gotten her one yet. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was going to find, where is that? Sound effects. Ah. Okay, now, yeah, will that work? That works, and that works. Okay, I think we're back in business as far as buttons go. I think I still have to make some adjustments on the old camera here, but it's an American Eagle plane coming in from Lubbock, Texas. American Eagle 3036. That's still not working. All right. of things going on here, so let me see if I can. Well, I do see that Jody Peak has gifted 5 Tri-Jet memberships. Now, I don't know if that was before, and it's just popping up now. Oh, there's Epic Toast Man. So anyway, I believe that ETM had a message in the chat about his adventures over at Southwest Airlines, and I can't go back and find it right now. Johnny Dodge says, what did Mrs. DFW pack for snacks today? Well, Johnny, nothing. She was giving snacks to Rain and Troy, our horses, as I left, so I'm kind of on my own there, but that's okay. There's a bunch of planes that are getting ready to take off. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything that's coming in. Well, we got a Delta coming in. Let's see what Delta has on offer for us with this Airbus A320 arriving from Salt Lake City. Airbus A320. Emilio Cobos, our newest subscriber. Thank you, Emilio. Happy to have you with us. There is American Flight 1399. This is going to San Diego, California. It's an Airbus A321. There you see the East Tower of DFW Airport in the immediate background, and over there towards the right. Uh-oh, I just heard the sprinklers go off, so you know what? We're going to have to pack things up. Stand by. Well, sorry for that abrupt halt, but I've got to put us on hold now. So what I'm going to do is cover everything up. I'm going to try to keep our remote camera going, which will be this one. The trunk lid of the Runway DFW vehicle is there. So here we go. Just going to be some music and that picture for probably about 30 or 40 minutes. And I apologize for that, but that's all I can do. So where did that go? Where do you have to... Okay, here we go. Well, I'm sure you're as tired of listening to this elevator music as I am playing it. Thank you again for your extreme patience whilst we get things back in order here. So, what's happening now? We're lucky enough to see the departure of an MD-11. This one's going to the UPS home base of Louisville, Kentucky. And I know I'm way behind on messaging. I was watching some of your messages while you were talking amongst yourselves. I think I can get the standby screen off of there. That's me. And just a reminder, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. And we'll finally get some action back here for you. I have no idea what time it is. 9:47, okay. Well, this is what we came to see, right? Some good old tri-jet action. Chuck says MD-11 push just in time. So it was kind of a hectic start for me here. I got here with less than an hour before our broadcast was scheduled to commence. And then guess what? There were no parking spaces here at this location. So I had to put everything in SAMU. SAMU, of course, is the Sprinkler Avoidance Mobile Unit. And you can see it here. Well, see, that logo is in the way. It's under our table here. So I had to throw everything in there and trundle it and the table and the tripods over here. And I did it all in one carry. I probably looked pretty ridiculous. But I got it all over here and set it all up. And I think I was about a minute or two late in getting things set up. And then I had to tweak some audio before I could actually begin the formal broadcast. Irish Dublin is our newest member. Hello, Irish Dublin. Nice of you to join the Runway DFW family. We will have our acknowledgement of all our members as of before this broadcast, at the end of this broadcast, which will probably be around midnight. Oh, we've got double MD action right now because there's a second MD-11. They're both destined for Louisville.
A blast from the past, 1996.
So here comes the other one. So a couple of 20th century jumbos there for you. Well, at least I'm glad these guys waited until the sprinklers stopped, huh? Bumping up the light levels there so it looks a little brighter. And now the question is always, will these take off from over here on the west side of the airport? It is our fervent wish that at least one of them will. There's the other one headed out. And I think we're going to see a takeoff here. So we get one rocket launch. Let's see if we get another one here for you. The older of the two birds, this one 31 years of age. Making the big turn on runway 18 left for takeoff. And I don't know what's happened to our air traffic control.
One eight left, correct, 2939.
I'll fix that in a minute.
Charlie 1, repo Charlie Zulu.
I would like to acknowledge a $10 super sticker from Jody Peak, our fine moderator and channel member and contributor. Thank you, Jody. Good evening, for Walt from Rochester, New York. Timed it just right. Love those old tri-jets. Thanks for the night plane spotting. Keep up the great work. Thanks for your commitment to your craft. Thank you, Rock. Christopher Cotton favors us with a $5 super chat. What plane will UPS and FedEx replace the MD-11s with? I suspect, I'm not sure exactly, but I suspect it'll be a combination of, well, I mean, they've still got a lot of 757s, which of course are aging. I'm talking about UPS now. And they've got a lot of 767s, they've got some A300s, and of course some newer 747s. I mean, UPS got at least a couple of some of the last batch. I think the very last batch went to, the very last plane went to Atlas Air, if I'm not mistaken. Why isn't that button working? Okay, we have an incoming aircraft. This is going to be, what is that? Sun Country. Sun Country from Las Vegas. It'll be a 737-800. Kind of an oldie. Dating back to the year 2001. I'm dialing around my all right, so I've got our scanner back on the West Tower. I was expecting a little more quality in that audio. I'll have to work on that. Our good friend and moderator and channel member, A-List Flyer Chris, with some good news for local hockey fans. The Stars stay alive with a power play goal in OT, a game they had to win to keep playing in the playoffs. So, go Stars. Now, let's see what we've got coming in. Looks like we've got this is unusual. I'm looking at flight radar and I saw a plane kind of coming in this direction from Newark, an American Airlines plane. But it's kind of veered off, at least according to the radar. I don't think it's a go-around because it hasn't gotten here, but it's making kind of a strange maneuver unless it's going to come in on 13 right, which I guess is possible. Well, it's gotten very quiet here all of a sudden. There again is the East Tower and part of the skyline of downtown Dallas. A-List Flyer Chris says, I bet you can hear the cheering in downtown from the airport. Maybe if I did have my headphones on, I could hear it. Outdoor Dude says, hey Walt, what's your favorite type of plane? And I mention this fairly regularly here on the channel. It has to be the 747, a plane which I've never been on, but which I would like to ride on as a passenger before the end comes, as far as passenger flights go on the Queen of the Skies. I was going to try to tell you what this is. But I won't be able to do that until it goes. Just after 10 o'clock here at DFW Airport. Just a reminder, you're watching Runway DFW live from DFW Founders Plaza, the official plane watching spot here at the big airport. I was going to say the friendly confines, but on a night like this, when they crank up the sprinklers on us, it's not quite as friendly as it normally is. So yeah, 747, my number one plane. Oh, and by the way, that was American Airlines, Ontario, California. Okay. We should have a plane going out here. Let's punch that up for you. It'll be flight 2160 American Airlines off to Albuquerque in New Mexico, a 737-800. There it rolls past Terminal D. rolls past the future Terminal F, which we've discussed on the last couple of broadcasts. But if you're not up to speed on that, American Airlines and DFW Airport have agreed on a lease for American to occupy the new Terminal F, which will be built south of Terminal C. It's quiet right now, but in the next 2 hours, we'll see a lot of freight coming in right over there from on behalf of UPS. There's another freighter about to go out, Polar Air Cargo Flight 102. The Flight Radar 24 doesn't show us where it's going, but I think I know it's going to go to Cincinnati, because that's typically where that flight goes. It'll be a 767 aircraft. And it'll be coming out shortly from down yonder. There's a West cargo facility over on this side of the airport. The undersea astronaut says, I'd love to see a resurrected L-1011. I know. Those are nice looking planes. I think there's only one that remains flying, and I think it's some kind of a scientific enterprise, and I don't know what's happened to it. There was another L-1011 that went to an organization in Kansas City for preservation, ostensibly, and I don't know what became of that. This was several years ago. They acquired it and they flew it into KC, and I think it's still there. In fact, I had a communication with a person who represents that organization, and that person wasn't very communicative as far as the status of that aircraft. So I don't know, maybe they're having some money problems. Alan Kobylansky says, yes, twin jets are here to stay. AP says, Iberia, Qatar, and Qantas still to come. So sometimes the Qatar flights come in, and Iberia for that matter, over on the east side. But if we get wind of them, we'll try to at least show them coming in over on the east side. Bit of a lull right now. A-List Flyer Chris says, I saw that L-1011 in Kansas City a couple months ago. It's still there and used for MX training. Okay. He says they actually used it to test the wide body gates at the new terminal in MCI. Oh, that would have been fun to see. I see Angela Smith, a Runway DFW member and friend of the channel. Hello there, Angela. gotta say that my new scanner in its current configuration is not working out real well. But something to work on. Hey, there you will see in a moment Iberia flight 6148. It's off to Madrid. It's an Airbus A330-300. There it is. It typically would go over to the east side for taking off to a European destination, but not always. Here comes a Frontier flight from Las Vegas. Its tail is lit up there with what looks to be a cardinal. As we discussed in our last program, Frontier is ramping up its flights in and out of DFW. It's now the third. It has the third most destinations, I believe, is how they characterize it. Just launched a service to Jamaica. And we saw a flight the other day going out to San Juan, Puerto Rico. So Frontier has established a crew base here at DFW. So even though American and American Eagle suck up about 85% of the passengers here, Frontier is looking for a bigger bite of that pie. Hard to see there. There is another UPS plane backed out. Get a better look at it here for you. That is Flight 793, and guess where that's going? To Louisville, just like those two tri-jets that preceded it. This is a pretty new, relatively speaking, 767-300 freighter. It's just 9 years old. It's almost like a baby. It'll be celebrating its 10th birthday in July. Smeet Shah says, when is Air New Zealand going to come to, and I think Smeet probably means to DFW. What's your thoughts? Well, I know that American had a scheduled, I think it was a daily service to Auckland, but it was seasonal and it ended, I think, in March or April. But I would think that, that, I don't know. I don't know enough about airlines to know if there would be enough traffic betwixt here and Auckland to make it worth their while, either for American or for Air New Zealand to establish regular service. But definitely American wants to increase its capacity here, since it's agreed to the the new Terminal F and also to an extension of Terminal C, both of which will provide together a lot more gates. And American kind of made a recommitment to DFW as its major hub. Jody Peak likes that shot. Abraham says, wow, night spotting, fantastic. And night plane spotting really is all down to the cameras. Yeah, we've got a pretty good one there. It's a Sony A7 Alpha 7 S2 is what you're looking through there. You can really crank up the gain and get some pretty usable shots, even though it's what I'm looking at with my eyes is almost, except for the flashing lights, you can't really see much of anything. Oh, the undersea astronaut with a $5 super chat. Based, this is my first, I think, vocabulary-based super chat. Walt said betwixt. So 5 points for me. Somewhere down in that direction should also be that Polar Air cargo plane. I guess it hasn't pulled out of its bay quite yet. Now I'm wondering if this plane is going to make one of those short T takeoffs here on the west side. Turned on its lights to cross 18 right. So either it'll go straight across the bridge over to the east side, or it'll make a right turn and take off. Kind of looking like it's going to the east side. Well, not to worry. We've got our third MD tri-jet of the night, which is now backing up. We can only see the top of it from where we are right now, because it's kind of behind a fence. AP says we're going to see a whole lot more American and Frontier. Outdoor Dude says, how would I get Runway DFW merchandise? I want you to hold that thought for a second. All right, are you still holding that thought? There is some official Runway DFW merchandise. It's our ball cap. We've got a t-shirt, a mug, a sweatshirt. Is it a sweatshirt? No, I think it's like a hoodie. Anyway, we got a bunch of that stuff, and to find out more information, just go to the description of this broadcast, and it'll give you a link to the official Runway DFW merchandise page. And if I'd get out of the light, you could see it a little better. All right, we got an MD on the move. And it is moving. Well, we now have an official Runway DFW subscription from Opie the Animal. Thank you, Opie. You are joining the more than 11,000. Is that right? Yeah, I think we're up to 11,000 subscribers at Runway DFW. Like another UPS plane just took off from the east side. I've kind of lost track of that one. I've been coming out here for maybe, well, like, let's see, a year and a half, more than a year and a half now, on a very regular basis. I don't think I've ever seen 3 MDs in any of my sessions take off from the west side. You know, usually at least one of them goes over to the east side. This is going to RFD Airport in the Chicagoland area.
1991.
And that's how old that one is. Amy M is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Amy. As you join us, we'll watch another MD take off into the night here on Runway DFW. One wasn't quite as vertical as some that I'd seen, but there it goes off to Chicagoland. Yeah, we'll still have some more UPS action before the night is through, so don't despair. We will have an incoming flight here in a minute or two. It's flight 1322, American Airlines, coming in from Denver, an Airbus A321. Kimmy, or Kim Kimmy 127, a member of Runway DFW, with a very nice $4.99 super chat, says, Walt, I love the vibe of your stream, especially the night streams. Audio clips of great old music and commercials, love it. Speaking of commercials, I've got, I'm on the AI bandwagon now. I had Google Bard, which is their AI service, write a promo for me, which I will read it to you when we have another kind of bit of downtime here. I don't think it's ready to replace humans yet, this AI. All right, well, we're looking for this plane coming in from Denver. And behind that will be UPS flight 757 on its way in from San Antonio, Texas. So now, oh, here it is. Here comes the flight from Denver. Wesley Fawcett says UPS will be shutting down midnight air operations in mid-July here in DFW. Yeah, I think somebody was mentioning that on an earlier stream. I still hope they'll fly in and out during the evening as we're watching them now. I know that there's a bunch of flights, you know, if you're here at 2 a.m., it's like Grand Central Station over there. At least right now. But June's just a couple days away, isn't it? I should mention that this is, I believe, the biggest travel day of the summer, or at least it was one of the biggest travel days anyway, you know, leading up to Memorial Day weekend. All right, we're going to swing around and capture this 757. I see it out of the corner of me eye.
$19.95.
So another 20th century aircraft to check off your bingo card there tonight. And momentarily, we will be seeing another UPS plane coming in, another type of aircraft. This will be Flight 1335 arriving from Orlando, and this is going to be an A300. So stand by for that. We're about, where is that thing? About another minute away. Alan Kobylansky says, trivia question, does anybody know what plane on takeoff was described as 6 turnin' and 4 burnin'? I will have to plead ignorance to that one. I do not know. Well, no jingle for the A300 because it's a 21st century plane, so our jingle singers do not specialize in any jingles from this century. But let's face it, if we jingled every 21st century plane, it would get kind of old, I think. All right, here comes the A300. Enough tap dancing, Walt. Let's see a plane here. Here comes the 757, which we saw land just a few minutes ago. And as we point out quite regularly here on Runway DFW, the 757 is not seen here at DFW Airport as a passenger plane, except for the odd charter for a sports team or something. We don't have any regularly scheduled 757 passenger planes here at DFW. United and Delta both fly this type of plane, but not to DFW. Well, Cheese and Wisco, Runway DFW member, got the question from Alan Kobylansky correct. A B-36. Well, finally, the Polar Air cargo plane of which we spoke earlier is now on the move. You can see it there to the left of that incoming A300 UPS plane. Like they're flying or they're taxiing in formation. AP says the Qantas Yam Dreaming livery is on radar. Oh, that'll be nice. I've seen that. I think I've seen that once or twice before. That'll be fun to see at night. Hope they've got it all lit up for us. I think, as I recall, Qantas does a pretty good job of lighting up their planes at night. I suspicion this plane is headed over to the east side. comes that A300. We're going to swing around in just a second to catch a 757 coming in from Tampa. This will be another UPS cargo plane. And I do see the Qantas now lighting up the radar. There you see some of the people hanging out here at Founders Plaza now that the sprinklers have extinguished themselves. You may wonder what I did with all those shower curtains I had used to cover up all the gear during the sprinkler inundation. I've placed them underneath my windshield wipers on the Runway DFW official vehicle. To kind of dry out a little bit before heading home later. Okay, we do have a jingle for this one.
1997.
Cool. Let's see if we do a little moseying over here. See if we can find Qantas Flight 8. That it there, that could be it.
You looking for a specific plane?
No, we look at all the planes.
Look at all of them?
Hey, your team won.
Yeah, yeah.
Go Stars.
You ever get the big old UPS 747?
Well, there was one of them that left before we got set up tonight, so
Really?
I saw it, but we didn't broadcast it. But there's a 747. So Cargo Lux just touching down from Anchorage. Five-hour and 50-minute flight on that 747-8 freighter. It's 11 years old. Here, turn around and show your wave to the camera.
Are you live?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. Yes. Don't want to lose track of that. Qantas flight. I see it now. This is Flight 8, which will be headed to Sydney. It's a 7879 Dreamliner. And yes, it had, we'll get a little better look at it as it gets closer, but it's got the Yam Dreaming livery, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sydney, the flight to Sydney from here is one of the longest routes from DFW Airport to anywhere. I think the flights to Dubai and to Qatar are of similar duration. Thanks to Antonio Johnson for being our newest subscriber. And then we get a little better look at the Yam Dreaming livery on the Spirit of Australia. Turn on your tail light there, Qantas. Qantas always seems to have the blinkiest red lights on its fuselage and underbelly. Raina Taylor, a fan of that livery, as is the undersea astronaut. And our moderator and member Jody Peak says that is a beautiful Q, which is about to be eclipsed by that American Airlines A319 going to Lubbock, Texas. So all the action seems to be on takeoffs right now. I don't see anything immediately on the radar coming in, at least on this side of the airport. So the Qantas plane gets ready to begin its very long trans-Pacific journey. Stephen Remy likes that plane. 5 years old, he says. As we approach the 11 o'clock hour.
If you don't mind, what is this you are doing here? Is this like live streaming?
Yes, we're live streaming to YouTube
Oh, nice.
on the Runway DFW channel.
Oh, Runway DFW.
Uh-huh.
Also, that's how you're finding information like what flights are landing here.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, we've got that going there. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we get a final look at that. At that 747, but I don't. Do we see it down there? That cargo lux. It's an American Airlines tail there. No, I guess not. So, is it your turn next, Qantas? Sumed Tadimeti says, hopefully Qantas will bring back the A380. Yes, once upon a time, Qantas flew the King of the Skies here into Dallas. It suspended those flights at the start of the pandemic, and when they resumed flights, it was with Dreamliners. Nothing wrong with a Dreamliner, but it would be fun to see another King of the Skies coming and going from here at DFW. Currently, we only have one, and that's the British Airways Speedbird, which comes in around about 5 o'clock local time and goes out, I think, around 8 o'clock. I was so busy setting up today, I didn't really notice if it took off. You'd think I would notice that if it took off, but I was just hard pressed. All right, I think this one's about to make its move to Sydney. Let's see if we get one final look at the side of it as it turns away from us. A very distinctive livery indeed. And as you might expect, fully laden with fuel for a trans-Pacific journey, it uses up most of that 2-mile runway. On its way to Australia. And Stephen Remy notes that the approximate time for traveling to Sydney from here is 15 hours. Safe travels to Qantas, says Raina. Runway DFW member Cheese and Wisco says, if that beautiful livery is supposed to make me dream of yams, it's not working. But I can't really say that I've seen another one like that one. Sumed says Emirates did at one point, talking again about the A380, they did fly their A380s into here as well. And WRN Hokie says Qatar Airways 777-200 pushing back soon on the west side, bound for Doha. So we'll be on the lookout for that. A little more mundane flight here. American Eagle Flight 3103. Going to Waco, Texas. Is this CRJ 701ER? That's about a 30-minute flight. So here we are, hanging out with you at DFW International Airport at Founders Plaza. I do believe we have another plane pushing back. No, I am... That is not accurate. Because the cargo door is wide open, so this one's not going anywhere, at least not right now. And WRN Hokie says there's an American 777-200 going to London pushing back as well. Now, both of those flights could well wind up on the east side for takeoff. And indeed, the American flight for London is right there, and it is going over the bridge. Now, the flight to Doha, the Qatar Airways flight, is behind that one. We'll see it as we watch this plane take off. What is that, an A321? There's the Qatar plane. Yeah, so this A321 is going to Portland, Oregon. Flight 614. And, you know, talking about the length of flight, that's about the longest domestic flight that you can get from this airport. And when I say domestic, I'm referring only to the lower 48 states, so that doesn't include Alaska or Hawaii. there's that big Qatar triple turning in front of Terminal D. There you see the Grand Hyatt Hotel in the background. And I don't know, based upon its trajectory, I'm going to say we might see that one take off over here. Keep your fingers crossed. Jeffrey Boo says, I leave for London on American Airlines Flight 80 this coming Sunday. I am quite jealous, Jeffrey. Love to go to London and England. As you can see, we've got another 757 coming in. This one from Houston Intercontinental Airport. And we have to give this one its due.
1994.
So there you have yet another 20th century aircraft. Go back to tracking this Qatar triple. And it does look like it's now making that despised right-hand turn over to the east side of the airport. Well, not a lot we can do about that. What we got coming in here? Got an A321 arriving from Los Angeles. American Airlines, as you can see. Hey, here's Fred Robinson, another member of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. Hi everyone, good to see you all, he says. How are you all? How you all are doing well? I'm flying into DFW mid next month to visit my family. And as many of you know, Fred is serving in the U.S. military in South Korea, so I'm sure that will be a welcome visit. Happy, as always, that he can take some time from his service to our country to hang out with us for a little bit. We have, coming in at this time, Spirit Airlines Flight 2700. This will be arriving from Las Vegas and on Airbus A320. Next arrival on Runway DFW. It's 11:07 here in the Central Time Zone. This is the 757 we saw come in just moments ago here on Runway DFW. Came in from Houston. And it will soon be disgorging its load of cargo here at DFW. Well, if you're a fan of the 757, and who isn't, we're about to see another one. This one's arriving from Memphis. It's another UPS flight. $11 is cargo hour here at the big airport, at least one of the cargo hours. And 757 from the 20th century, we salute you.
1994.
Our fine moderator, Jody Peak, and member of the channel, has gifted a membership, and that goes to another moderator, Fred Robinson. So thank you, Jody. Hans von Reach, a member of our channel, says, having followed you from the start of your channel, it's great to see how professional it became. As opposed to how, well, I won't say it. It was kind of rough when we started. I mean, you know, I've been in broadcasting since almost the days of black and white TV. So, you know, I do have a lot of experience, but it is a little different setting things up, you know, just kind of essentially having your own TV station, which I like a lot, but, you know, to get all the kinks worked out and to get the right kind of setup, and I don't know if I'll ever have the right kind of setup, absolutely, but it's just a bunch of fun. I know I sound harried every now and again, but I am having fun. That was American Flight 1880 coming in from Las Vegas, an Airbus A321. And you know, I'm a little curious here. So there was a livery which I didn't recognize over there. Oh, okay, now I see what it is. It's that tail with the S on it, Sun Country, parked over in the what will soon be terminal. Well, I don't know how soon it'll be, but parked where Terminal F will be constructed. And we do have a final, I don't know if it's a final treat, but it'll be a nice treat for us. We'll get to see Singapore Airlines Cargo 747. There's Fred Robinson paying it forward with a TriJet membership for one of you lucky viewers. And that will be taken up by Jeffrey Boo. So good on you. Thanks to Fred. So anyway, we were saying the Singapore Airlines Cargo is going to be going to Brussels. It'll be an 18-year-old 747-400. And it's lit up on the radar. It's getting pushed back. We'll see it in fairly short order. Oh, now Per has gifted a membership. Thank you, Per. And that one goes to the undersea astronaut. So membership's a go-go here at Runway DFW on this Thursday evening. Okay, so I was going to read you. Do I have it here? I was going to read you a promotional message that has been generated by artificial intelligence. So this should be interesting. Let me see if I can get some music here for this one. So yeah, this is I just asked Google Bard, which is Google's AI service, to write a 45-second promotional message about the Runway DFW YouTube channel. And Jeffrey Boo with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Jeffrey. It's a super sticker. So very nice of you to do that. So anyway, we're going to read this promotional message, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So don't forget, I didn't write this. This was written by artificial intelligence. So let's see what happens. We'll do this one here. Hi, I'm Walt Zwerko, and I'm the host of Runway DFW. We're the premier source for live and recorded aviation content from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We offer a variety of content, including live broadcasts, interviews, and educational videos. Our team of experienced aviation professionals is passionate about sharing their knowledge and love of aviation with the world. We are committed to providing our viewers with the best possible experience, and we're constantly working to improve our content. So, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Runway DFW today and start enjoying the best aviation content on YouTube. And then the announcer says, Runway DFW is the perfect channel for aviation enthusiasts of all ages. Whether you're a casual observer or a seasoned professional, you'll find something to enjoy on our channel, so subscribe today and start your journey into the world of aviation. So that was a little crazy. Now, I don't vouch for everything that was stated in that promotional announcement. We don't really have a team of experienced aviation professionals. In fact, I barely qualify as an aviation amateur in that regard. But so I'll have to put a disclaimer on that one. But it was kind of fun. Well, let's see what we got here. We are waiting on the 747 of the Singapore variety. It is on the move. I always like to get it peeking out at us. So since there's not a lot going on otherwise, let us see if we can bring that your way. So there's that fence there, and we should see it poking out from behind there. And for one last time tonight, we'll bring you our on the air sign. Because we are on the air. Well, and as we wait for the well, there's the 747 there. You see the tail kind of poking out there? I think that's it. It's the only thing on the radar, so that should be it. Yes. Yes. Once again, it's Singapore Airlines Cargo Flight 7951. Queen of the Skies going to Brussels. And as with all European flights, except for the A380, this could get directed over to the east side for takeoff. But there's nothing going on here. Actually, I do see the lights of the Runway DFW, or not the Runway DFW, the DFW Airport ground patrol over there, which looks like on runway 18 left. They might be doing a runway inspection. Another heavy cargo plane, UPS flight 9302 is getting ready to take off to Louisville, be an A300. there's Queenie. It is entirely possible that it could take off on runway 18 right, which would be really cool because it'd be a little closer to us, a little noisier. But that's if they don't send it over to the east side. There you see in the foreground on the right, that's the A300 that's getting pushed back. Voice Traveler says, thanks for the great shots tonight, Walt. My pleasure. Well, once again, I do believe this is destined for the eastern side of DFW Airport. We will try to pick this up as it takes off. There you see the X lighting up the runway 18 left, which is the takeoff runway here on the west side. So I guess we won't be seeing any more takeoffs over here, at least while that runway is being X'd off. Looks like runway 18 right is still in operation as another 757 is coming in. Be here in about 3 minutes. It'll be UPS flight 893 from Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, there's the official Runway DFW ball cap, part of the Runway DFW ensemble you can call your own. The link is in the description of this broadcast for the Runway DFW merch swag emporium. This is the A300 we saw backing out just a little while ago. And again, this is also going to Louisville. Louisville, of course, is the mega hub for UPS in this country. So it's kind of like the major connecting point for all of UPS operations. Let's see, another 757 checking in. This is the one we discussed from Phoenix just a bit ago. And that 747 Singapore Airlines cargo is getting ready. It's getting in position to take off over on the east side of the airport, so we'll have a go at showing you that takeoff. Maybe the oldest plane we see tonight.
$19.91.
Now we're going to see if we can catch the flight to Brussels, blasting off into the sky, into the night sky. Queen of the skies. So what's going to happen is we should see it lifting off from behind those terminal buildings over there. Should get a pretty good look at it. I always have to kind of guesstimate where it will be lifting off. Kind of depends on how much cargo is in there. Space Needle says, need sunglasses for me, too bright. Well, there is an issue with, we can dial that down, but then it's harder to see the backlit planes, so kind of a compromise. Okay, the 747 is now lifting off, and in the foreground you'll see the A300 off to Louisville, the UPS plane. Pretty far away, so we don't get a very good look at it, but we can see it vector off to the east. That Spirit A320 just touching down from Los Angeles, California. Looks like it's flight 1113. And there's the latest 757 to check in. I feel like the Popeil guy. I feel like the Popeil guy who is saying, but wait, there's more. Because there's another 757, this one from Minneapolis, St. Paul, flight 561. UPS. So yeah, we're having a 757 convention here tonight on Runway DFW. And its cockpit will poke from behind that tree there in just a second or two. Kind of a laid-back evening here at Runway DFW, would you say? All right, so now we got to put a date on this one, don't we? All right, this is going to be officially the oldest plane we have on tonight's broadcast. Are you ready?
1988.
Yeah, going back to the 80s for this one. Oh, the stories it could tell. Well, I'll wager that some of you may not have even been born when this plane came to life. Although I've seen the statistics, our audience does skew a little older. I like to think we have a mature audience here at Runway DFW. Oh wow, 1988, says Jody Peak. Nice. Another A300 is on the glide path. UPS Flight 603. It will be here momentarily, coming in from Chicago O'Hare Airport. I still see the runway 18 left is still X'd out, so I don't think we'll be seeing any takeoffs over there. At least not until they clear that runway. Epic Toastman says, not me, I like to consider... Epic Toastman, you're up late tonight. Not me, I like to consider that I have a mind of a 50-year-old. You don't want to consign yourself to that yet, Mr. ETM. And as always, check out the ETM channel, Epic Toastman. He does live streams regularly. He's got a what sounds like an interesting feature that he has shot over at Southwest Airlines headquarters in Dallas. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. All right, time for the A300 to check in. And again, this one is from Chicago O'Hare on Runway DFW. And I know you don't see it quite yet, but I have faith in the powers of Flight Radar 24 to let me know that you're about to see it. Comes that 757 into park. And an A300 to land. No jingle for you, A300, as you were manufactured in the year 2005. Why, you're old enough to vote. Just the Facts Man says, older audience is correct. I am vintage 1957. A child of the 50s. Fredio says this is just too much fun. Did you say fun?
This is Runway DFW.
It's fun.
So you were right. It is fun. Well, we have a 767 about 2 or 3 minutes away. Another UPS cargo plane. It's coming in from Ontario, California. So we will turn our attention to that in just a minute or two. I would like very much, we're not finished quite yet, but I don't want to forget to thank our great moderators, several of whom poked their heads in tonight to help us out. That is not an easy job, but they make it look so easy. They make everybody so welcome. Our moderators do so. And you'll see some of their names on other channels too, because they're so good at it that they've been appropriated by some of the top names in YouTube broadcasting. So thanks to the mods. I mean, without them and without you, I'd just be kind of standing here. Be standing here blathering to the universe. All right, our next arrival is flight. Did I read this one out already? I can't remember now. It's flight 929 of UPS. It'll be a 767. Not a very interesting shot there, but if we pan over a little bit, get that tree in line here. A lot of people hanging out here at 11:47 p.m. on a Thursday night. Tomorrow's the last day of school for my 6-year-old grandson. I'll be finished with first grade. That is a 12-year-old 767 celebrating a birthday this month. So it's kind of quieting down here. Epic Toastman says, gotta go, y'all. Stay safe, all, and have a great rest of your night. Thank you, ETM. Space Needle says, thanks for the stream. I enjoy watching planes taking off or arriving. It's fun to see. See you next time, Runway DFW Walt. Glad you could stop on by. Well, I don't see the X anymore on... Oh, yes, I do. Let me see if I can find it here on our viewfinder. So there it is on the kind of lower right part of the screen. That flashing X, which means runway closed. That is runway 18 left. Typically, nominally, that's what's used for takeoffs here on the west side of the airport. And so, ain't nobody taking off over there right now. Looks like there's 3 or 4 planes lined up to take off on the east side, so that would account for the kind of slow time we're having right now. 18 right is still open, to the best of my knowledge, and but it's going to be a few minutes before we see the next operation. Freddie O says it's almost 1 a.m. for me. You must be in the eastern time zone of the U.S. or Canada or something similar to that. H. Gordy says, I have 2 finals tomorrow, but what am I doing? I'm watching Walt. H. Gordy, shame on you. I don't want to be responsible for a bad grade. Just the Facts Man says, when is your next daytime stream? I don't honestly know. Our schedule is dictated a lot by weather, some by my regular work schedule, and some by chores I have to do, and some by being a grandpa. So I try to be here at least one day on the weekend, and that's going to depend on several factors. So the best thing to do, the best plan of action, is to ring that bell, that notification bell, and that will let you know when we have another stream on the schedule. Well, this is activity anyway. This is the 767 from Ontario, California that came in a couple minutes ago. It's coming right over here in front of us to drop off a bunch of packages, one would presume. Well, the next arrival I thought was coming over here is going instead over to the east side. Alaska Airlines Flight 372 from Seattle. As you see an American Airlines plane there in the background, headed to the hangar. And you know what? I think I'm going to be headed to the hangar too shortly. Because there's nothing else on the radar coming in. So let's find this, let's watch this big old 767 find its place over at UPS. Gonna park right in front of us, isn't it? Raina Taylor says, well, I'd like to thank her for a $10 super chat. Thanks for streaming, Walt. And ... I hope I get to visit you again when you're streaming. Have a great night. Thank you, Raina. Always nice to hear from you and to hear of your epic horsemanship challenge triumphs. And so that's going to do it for us. So before we go, I am going to share with you the names of our channel members. Now, these are all from before this show started. So anybody who's a new member, you won't see your name here. Alrighty then, that's going to close it out for this edition of Runway DFW After Dark. My pleasure has been to bring you 3 hours of interrupted action, interrupted by about 40 minutes of sprinklers, but we'll be back soon. Like and subscribe. Thank you to all of our subscribers, to all of our members, and especially to all of our mods. See you next time. Happy contrails to you until we meet again on Runway DFW. Well, there's that James Webb again with another very kind super chat, $99.99. He says he found some sprinkler hazard pay for you. Thanks for the enjoyable stream tonight, Walton. Thank you to James Webb, another one of our very fine contributors to Runway DFW. Thanks again. Emra Yurtis, thank you very much for that $2 super chat on Runway DFW. Appreciate it.